Hello, all. Well, that's it. Week one's in the book. Sorry about my eyes. I got some allergies. Looks like I'm crying, but I'm not. Week one's in the book. It was a great week. A lot of big scores. Everybody over 100, but the Dolphins. Everybody went over 100. Everybody went over 120, actually. It was a lot of good scores. We'll go over the scores quick. Then I'm going to go over the ad drop for Jim and, a couple of you who are retarded who don't remember. So I'm going to go over that. First game was a high scoring game. It was myself and Dave. Dave actually changed his name to the Shaved Beavers. I don't know. I beat him 147, 138. My high score was Andrew Luck, who was shitty the first half. Came back, had 48 points. He had Brandon Cooks, who had a great game. New Orleans went crazy, so he had 32 for him. So I beat him 147, 138, 9 points. Real high scoring game. Just shame somebody had to lose. Next game was Jim and Condit. Jim was up. Roethlisberger carried John to the win because he was getting his ass pounded to him. John beats him 130, 123. Roethlisberger had 33 for John, and Alex Smith had 36. He had a good game too. He came alive. Good game for Jim, but Jim loses his first. Condit's 1-0. Next game, real close game. Defending champ Ray gets beat by Mark Preet, 120, 117, 3-point game. Andy Dalton, the soulless ginger, gets 26 for Mark. Stafford, who was a late pick for Ray, gets 36 points. So beats him by 3, 120, 120, 117. Next game was Steve, last year's runner-up. Continues his winning ways, 117, 103 over Dirty. Dirty had Eli Manning was his high score, 23, so he didn't have a great week. Antonio Brown, you got to spend the money on him. He's got to make the plays. Does scores 26 points. Steve beats him 117, 103. And the last game, second to last game was Anthony Daniele and Vince. Vince changes his name to 50 Cent because that's all you can pick for quarterbacks. Beats Anthony 145 to 125. Daniele Express had 125, had 51 of them from Drew Brees alone. Still couldn't win with 51 points out of one player. That's a big score, 51. D'Angelo Williams, the backup, gets 30 points for Vince. That's how he wins. 30 points. Holy shit. So Vince beats him by 20, 145, 125. Last game was Exiles. Joe and Gene put a ass pounding on Mark Torrey. Beats him 148, 85. Holy shit. Mark Torrey had Carson Palmer, got him 22. He was kind of shitty. And Matt Ryan had 33 for Mark. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so good week. I set the draft, the waiver order, so everything's all set. Here's the thing with the waiver order: you got to remember, your first pick, whatever spot you are, if your player is available, you're going to get that pick. Okay, if he's not available, if he's taken before that, and you don't put another player in, just in case, it's not gonna give you anybody. Okay, it's gonna skip your turn. So make sure you put an additional player in. But here's where you could run the gamut of not doing that. Say you put 2 players in, okay, and you drop in 2 separate guys. If the second round comes around, it's gonna process that one too. So what you want to do, you want to put in the same player. You want to put in 2 different players and drop the same player. Remember that. Okay? If you drop the same player, once that player is dropped, it kicks it out. So if you want to put in 2 different picks, then put in 2 different picks. Just make sure you do it that way. Okay? Or else you'll get both picks or you won't get any picks. So if the player's taken before you and you put in a pick, it'll just cancel unless you have another one on the backup. So if you want another one, make sure you put in the next player, but drop the exact same player. Because once that player gets dropped, the second one gets wiped out also. Okay? I think we all know. That's why I'm trying to explain it to Jim. Jim, if you have any problems, call me and I'll explain it to you. You live better. I know I was a little fucked up here. All right. Good week. Allergy medicine. I'll get it for you. If you have anything, call me. Let me know. Otherwise, good luck. See you next week.